In a bizarre Tuesday night rant, CNN's Don Lemon blamed President Trump for his own network's fake news crisis, a crisis that allegedly provoked a 19-year-old Michigan man into making death threats against the far-left network. If that is not odd enough, Lemon's rant itself was filled with provocative fake news. Referring to the death threats, the left-wing anchor said, "This what happens when the President of the United States, Donald Trump, repeatedly attacks members of the press simply for reporting facts he does not like." Lemon howled, adding, "So, Mr. President, I'm going to speak directly to you." The caller who threatened to kill CNN employees made his threat using these words, "Fake news. I wonder where he got those words." Well, to answer Lemon's question, it was CNN's own Brian Stelter who helped coin the phrase fake news. In the aftermath of Trump's historic election win, the concept of a fake news crisis was bandied about for weeks on Lemon's network. Most ironically, CNN used this idea of fake news as a means to explain away all the fake news CNN spread for months about Trump have no chance of winning. Overall, though, Lemon is dishonestly attempting to hoax his small audience into believing that the words fake news set off this Michigan man, or that it was Trump's legitimate criticism of fake news that triggered the threats. This is simply not true, and for Lemon to say different is yet another example of CNN spreading fake news. According to the facts currently known to us, it was CNN's actual fake news that allegedly drove this man to threaten to commit mass murder at CNN's Atlanta headquarters. This has nothing to do with Trump's legitimate criticism of CNN's fake news or the words fake news. Moreover, while nothing justifies threats of violence, there is also no doubt that CNN spent the week just prior to receiving those death threats in a sort of fake news hyperdrive. In the days immediately preceding the threats, around the clock, CNN was engaging in highly provocative, anti-science speculation about Trump's mental health. A detailed and thorough medical examination later proved the CNN narrative to be a hysterical lie, but until we heard from this medical professional, CNN was going so far as to speculate about Trump being removed from office for mental incapacitation. The day just prior to the threats, CNN's embattled left-wing anchor Jake Tapper hurled countless insults at Stephen Miller, a senior advisor to the president. This was a week-long CNN narrative of irresponsible, fact-free, and deliberately provocative fake news. If Trump is to blame for these alleged death threats that resulted from a young man's frustration with actual fake news, then Lemon must also believe that Trump is responsible for the CNN fake news crisis that apparently provoked the young man. This of course is pure nonsense, pure propaganda coming from an unserious news anchor flailing in last place in the ratings. It is also yet another example of a far-left CNN willing to say anything in order to spread fake news about Trump. CNN should think very seriously about adopting a new tone and easing up on the fake news. No one wants to see anyone get hurt.